amid tight timelines and delays, commissioners with the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Inquiry are recommending the creation of a national police task force that could review cold cases and reopen investigations. While the Chief Commissioner, Marian Buller, has vowed to study police conduct and investigate the investigators, the commissioners are now calling on the federal government and provinces work together to establish a new, separate body to which families can be referred if they feel they got short shrift from police in the first place. Consistently, across Canada, families and survivors have told us they want answers, they have questions, and they desperately want answers to what happened to their loved ones, why investigations were stopped, why leads weren't followed up. It's vital for their healing that they do find out, Buller told reporters Wednesday. We don't have a police force arm to work with us to help survivors and families get those answers. Jack Robinson, another commissioner, said the inquiry should be staffed with investigators with Indigenous knowledge and the language capacity to reopen cases in a proper way. I believe there are a number of qualified Indigenous officers that could give these cases the attention they need, she said. Robinson suggested families and survivors would have a say on who sits on the task force. Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Carolyn Bennett was non-committal Wednesday when asked if her government would support such a measure. Obviously, we've just read the report, and we're looking at the recommendations. It's a very interesting proposal and I look forward to working with my colleagues, and talking with the Commission, hopefully very soon, she told reporters ahead of question period. The inquiry has long warned family members not to expect a full reinvestigation of individual files, or for the inquiry to assign blame for a failed investigation, prosecution, or search and rescue. It can, however, look at files to assess the competency of a police response, the investigation process and the behavior of Crown attorneys. While that might seem like a fine distinction, the inquiry is more concerned about identifying common pitfalls of Canadian policing rather than assign blame to individual officers for the outcome of a particular case. The inquiry can also pass along any new information or evidence it uncovers as part of its probing. Buller said the inquiry has not given police anything just yet, but she expects to do so shortly. Some police forces are already in the midst of reviewing cases, including in Edmonton, where 190 unsolved homicides and 91 missing person cases dating back to 1938 are being re-examined to determine which ones involved Indigenous females. In the inquiry's interim report, released Wednesday, commissioners suggest a national task force could be best placed to work with families and survivors who are looking for answers that the inquiry can't provide within its mandate and constrained timeline. The final report is to be completed by November.